Hello guys, welcome to my channel Science Router, and here class 8 chapter number 2, microorganisms, friend and foe. In this chapter we study about microorganisms, how they can act as friend and they can act as foe in our daily life. Now let's get started. You have seen several kinds of the plants and the animals. However, there are other living organisms around us which we normally cannot see, and these are called microorganisms or microbes. So, what is the definition for microorganisms? There are such living organisms which we cannot see our naked eyes. So, these living organisms are known as microorganisms and microbes. After that, for example, you might have been observed that during the rainy season, moist bread gets spoiled and its surface gets covered with the grayish-white patches. Observe these patches through a magnifying glass and you will see teeny background structures. And do you know what these structures are and where do these come from? So here is an example that we observe in our daily basis. What is the example? Bread. And during the rainy season, moist bread get spoiled मीन्स कि जब आपकी जो भी ब्रेड होती है रेनी सीजन में, या आप 2-3 दिन तक आप ब्रेड को रखे रहते हो विदाउट फ्रिज, तो आपकी जो ब्रेड है वो ख़राब होने लग जाती है, स्पॉइल हो जाती है, और उसका जो सरफेस होता है वो ग्रेश वाइट कलर के पैचेज से कवर अप होने लगता है। और जो ये आपके पास ग्रेश वाइट कलर के पैचेज होते हैं, अगर आप उनको मैग्नीफाइंग ग्लास से ऑब्जर्व करोगे तो वो टीनी स्मॉल एंड बैकग्राउंडेड स्ट्रक्चर्स आपको ऑब्जर्व करने को मिलेंगे। सो वो क्या है? वो माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स या माइक्रोब्स होते हैं। These observations show that the water and the soil are full of teeny organisms, though not all of them fall into the category of the microorganism. These microorganisms or microbes are so small in size that they cannot be seen with the unaided eyes. Some of these, such as fungus that grow on the bread, can be seen with the magnifying glass. Others cannot be seen without the help of a microscope. That is why these are called microorganisms or microbes. So by this example, they again defining about microorganisms, that microorganisms are those living organisms which we cannot see by unaided eyes. Although we observe bread by using a magnifying glass, we can see with the help of magnifying glass, but not all the microorganisms we can see with the magnifying glass. We should use microscope for that. Microorganisms are classified into the 4 major groups. So these groups are bacteria, fungi, protozoa and some algae. Some of these common microorganisms are shown in a figure. Okay. And these figures are on next page. So what are the 4 major groups of microorganisms? First one is bacteria, second one is fungi, third one is protozoa and fourth one is algae. So what about viruses? Now, viruses are also microscopic but are different from other microorganisms. They, however, reproduce only inside the cells of the host organisms, which may be a bacterium, plant or animal. So viruses जो होते हैं वो भी क्या होते हैं, माइक्रोस्कोपिक लेवल पे ही हम उनको ऑब्जर्व कर सकते हैं, वो भी माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स ही होते हैं, दैट वी कैन नॉट सी विथ नेक्ड आइज. बट what is the difference? The difference is that viruses reproduce only inside the cell of the host. They need for their grow a host. अगर उनको कोई होस्ट मिलेगा, कैरियर मिलेगा, तो ही वो वहाँ पे ग्रो करेंगे, उनकी अपने होस्ट की ही बॉडी से न्यूट्रिएंट्स लेंगे और प्रॉपर तरीके से ग्रो करेंगे. सो वायरसेस को ग्रो करने के लिए एक होस्ट की ज़रूरत होती है. वो एक बैक्टीरिया को भी होस्ट बना सकते हैं, वो प्लांट और एनिमल को भी होस्ट बना सकते हैं. Some of the viruses also mentioned in next page. Common elements like cold, influenza, flu and most coughs are caused by the viruses. These are the some examples which caused by the viruses. Serious diseases like the polio and chickenpox are caused by the viruses. So एग्ज़ाम में आपके पास यहाँ से क्वेश्चन हो सकता है कोल्ड, फ्लू एंड कफ caused by So you have to answer. These are caused by viruses. Serious disease may be like polio and chickenpox. Those also caused by viruses. You can underline it and mark it. Diseases like dysentery and malaria are caused by the protozoa, whereas typhoid and tuberculosis TB are bacterial disease. So आपके पास डायंस्ट्री है या फिर आपके पास मलेरिया है, इन ये कौन करता है? ये प्रोटोजोआ से हो सकते हैं, और आपके पास जैसे कि टाइफाइड है, ट्यूबरकुलोसिस, टीबी जैसी जो आपके पास डिजीज़ हैं वो बैक्टीरिया कोजिंग बीमारियां हैं. ओके, नाउ थैंक यू गाइस.